What is up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome to another Kumu Live.
That was good.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. That music goes too hard.
It really does.
It goes too hard. Thank you for tuning in to another Kumu Live. Thank you for being here. If you're live right now, we love you. What up, Moses? What up? Chell Sky 0329. Musomania. ¿Qué pasa? If you,
happy Cinco de Mayo.
y'all, happy
from Lucky
Cinco
D.
de Mayo. I'm
I
drinking
think
my
Rexy is in here
tall
too.
can. What up, Rexy?
Hello. Cheers.
Cheers. Cinco de Mayo. I'm drinking my tall boy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being here. If you're watching this later on YouTube, we go live every Thursday at 9 p.m. PST over on Kumu. Download the app. Come hang out. Have some fun. If you're here now, we love you and we appreciate you. How's everybody's Cinco de Mayo? How is, like, I forgot.
Yeah.
I totally forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. We've been recording all day long.
For real.
How was everybody's Cinco de Mayo? You guys twisted? Are you guys like blacked out right now? Are you guys gonna even remember this stream? Are you guys partying or what?
Thank you for the Miss Kumu universe, Rexy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone said also happy birthday, Luffy.
Oh yeah,
Luffy's birthday. I know.
It's Luffy's birthday.
I've been retweeting stuff since yesterday because of like the time difference. It was actually today, but him and Gon share a birthday. Gon freaks from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
and I didn't know that too. And everyone's just so cute. Even the live action Netflix series, the actor who's going to be playing Luffy did like a little cute video of him saying happy birthday to Luffy, and he's like a figure, and he gives like a cake, and the voice actress for Luffy, they made her like a devil fruit cake. You cut into, and it has like layers of just like different fruits and stuff, which was like really, really cool. I think they posted it on their IG or Twitter, but she was with it, and they actually like interviewed her recently. I just thought this was like cool news about, Luffy
Heck
news.
Yeah, dude.
They interviewed her recently, and people were asking her about, film Red, and they were asking her like questions about Shanks. And there was a specific question that said like, will Luffy and Shanks talk at all in this movie? And the producers in the background had to like tell her not to say anything. So I know. I mean, we're where we're at right now, so I don't even know if that happens as of at all in the new world, but
yeah,
that is pretty shocking. So we'll see if it is canon or not.
Oh dang, dude! Fur just came in on a hot air balloon right now. How's the weather up there?
They're hot.
And Monkey
they're
D,
hot if they're coming on a hot air balloon.
Monkey D. Luffy. Well, I said gum NDA until release. And Monkey D. Luffy in the chat right now said that he's lit. Dude, I mean, he better beat it. It's his birthday.
It's true.
The character and the person with the username Monkey D. Luffy, who I believe is Monkey D. Luffy, should be
I'm in fact lit, Josh. It's like 4 p.m. on the 6th for me, LOL Moses said. Mine was technically yesterday, I guess. It's midnight here. Oh, shooty.
Damn.
Yeah, everyone coming from different areas of the
time
world.
zones.
We appreciate you coming at whatever time you can. Join these streams. It really does warm our hearts.
It does.
Thank Kumu for coming.
Thank Kumu for coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to be fully honest with you guys. I thought I was going to be like 1 minute or 2 minutes late to the stream because I like right as we were setting up, I was like, oh, shooty, I got to go to the bathroom really bad. And I was, I was in there and I was, I was just in there cleaning up. That's why it took so long. I was cleaning the bathroom.
Is this something that you had to be that honest with?
No, I just wanted to be transparent. I was like, oh, dang, I'm not going to make it. And here we are. So thank you for being here.
You're professional.
Thank Kumu for coming. Yeah, today we're going to be talking about some of our favorite comedy, anime, and manga series. A lot of pressure when you talk about comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy is very subjective.
Oh, for sure.
And I know that there's going to be one that a lot of people are going to be expecting to be on one of our lists or both of our lists, but it is probably on neither because we haven't read it or watched it yet, and it is our fault 100% completely. We apologize. Gintama.
Oh, yeah. I know that is one of the goatiest of goats when you're talking about comedy, anime, manga, like that is up there.
It's number one, I think.
And that is our fault. We just haven't gotten around to it, but we definitely want to do a volume 1 or like watch the anime. I know there's a lot of episodes of the anime.
Yeah, it's super long. We've seen clips, actually. We watched some of the One Piece clips. Because Gintama references a lot of anime, a lot of manga, and we watched like a compilation of moments from the anime where they were like poking fun at One Piece, or just like, having fun, making jokes, not about One Piece, but, like Gintama had like a straw hat on and stuff. And
Oh, yeah. Musomania said, what y'all know about School Rumble? I love a School Rumble. I think I showed Josh a couple episodes of it. It's with the girl with the little pigtails and the guy with the glasses, and he's kind of like he's like a biker, and everyone is scared of him, and he's in love with Tenma.
Oh, yeah.
OP goes hard.
Yeah, you did show me an episode
ED goes hard. I love that. There's a specific episode that it's like they're playing like a paintball game. But it's like it instead of like paint, it like looks like real blood. So they're like going through the school and like it's like a battle royale type of thing. And it's so hilarious, so funny. I do love School Rumble.
That and I was like,
School
Community?
Yeah,
they did that in Community.
School Rumble is such a hidden gem. I love it. Thank you. Musomania's got my back with the throwback. Romance, slice of life shit like that is.
You know what's funny is I think like two of my. One or two, it depends on what I choose. I have like 10 written down, but I'm only going to name 4. But there is a decent amount on my list that you actually recommended to me, showed me, or that I was only aware of because of you. So shout out to Mehgan with the comedy Rex, dude. With the Rex all the time, actually.
Yeah, I've been in this joint for a while, and I like to spread the love of anime, dude, over
like what? Almost 300 on MAL?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost at 4 now.
Oh my god, dude. Like,
I looked it up and I spent like 80 days of my life watching anime.
That's nothing, dude. That's nothing. 80 days? Get
everything like mean together, though. I mean, that's what it looked like. It was like 80 days, this amount of hours. I was like, oh my god, but I've loved every second of it. It's the best.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's far worse ways to spend your time.
Oh yeah. So.
And I bet a lot of people are doing some of those things on Cinco de Mayo. Some people are probably doing them right now. You scoundrels.
Hi, Vermilion.
What up? Hi.
Hola.
Hi.
Daily Life of High School Boys is also goated. Agree. See, your guys are listing some of the goatiest of goats.
Yeah, you guys got taste.
You guys got taste, and we can see it. We'll list off of some, honorable mentions as well, because there are so many that didn't make the 3. But I think I do have a strong 3. And if you know at least one of the 3 that I have, I feel like I've watched a lot.
You have. And your list is going to be fire. My list is going to be... It's going to be good, but it's not going to be as fire as Megan's, I'm sure. Comedy subjective, super hard to talk about. Mm-hmm. It's definitely case by case, very personal to each person. What do you look for in a good comedy series? What are some things that you like to see?
Honestly, I really, really enjoy when... situational comedy is usually what my list kind of is, but I do love a strong cast of characters that all hold their weight when it comes to like comedic moments. Mm-hmm. You have a main character that has, comedic moments with the other characters, but if the other characters can hold up as much weight as the main, like, you got a good comedy anime right there, manga right there. Like, that's key.
Yeah.
And most times outlandish, like things that wouldn't be set in reality, things that could only happen in anime and manga. Mm-hmm. And that's what it allows you to just give yourself over and be like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, for me, I think I do like. It depends. I mean, situational comedy is very funny, especially if it's done right. I think that they're like absurd humor to a degree, depending. I think sometimes with comedy series, typically in anime and manga too, what I find in my experience, not having watched nearly as much of that genre as you have when it comes to anime, but there are some series that like would have made this list, but they tend to like they tend to pick a style of joke or like a formula or like a joke formula, because so many times in anime you'll have like the premise of the show is like a joke, and they'll just keep doing this same joke.
Yeah, it's like formula, like formulaic, like it'll be the same type of situation just in different like slivers or like yeah.
And so many times that gets old so fast. There is one on my list that does that just for some miraculous reason never seems to get old, no matter how many different angles they approach this thing from. It's like, wow, this is so good. I also like a comedy series that even if it's 90% comedy, I like when it has a little bit of heart. I like when it has a little bit of there's dramatic moments, or there's emotional moments, I should say, that work really well and that are super believable.
Yeah. There should be, like, even if they are played for comedy, like over the top, like there's one on my list too that is kind of similar, where it'll be so crazy and over the top, but yeah, there'll just be like a sliver of like whatever is happening. There'll be a sliver of like that heart or like meaningful moment over this thing that should not have any meaning, or like, what are you guys even talking about?
So throughout this live, of course, let us know in the chat some of your favorite comedy series.
Hi, Iceman. Got a couple people joining still.
We'll comment on them if we've heard of them or seen them, and we will look them up if we haven't. We might not be able to look every single one of them up, but we'll look up maybe a couple and check them out.
Arya said Gintama. Yeah, we both have not watched Gintama.
Watched or read, yeah.
I don't
Unfortunately,
know why.
it's on the Rushmore of anime and manga, and it's definitely like a rite of passage and something that I feel like every fan has to have seen or read, but for whatever reason, Sergeant Frog is so lit, dude.
Sergeant Frog is lit.
Sergeant Frog is so lit. What's crazy about Sergeant Frog is my brother, actually being the type of like anime manga consumer that he was, would just go into Barnes & Noble and he would just pick random shit off the shelf, start reading it, and, you know, again, if he liked it, then he'd continue. If he didn't, he'd stop. But one of those things that he just randomly picked up one day was Sergeant Frog. And I used to think he would bring home some crazy shit sometimes. I'd be like, why did you pick this? Obscure, random, weird. But every now and then he'd get a gem. And Sergeant Frog was one of those. Even the anime, we watched some of the anime after we read some of the manga. And I really liked that series a lot.
I mean, honestly, like, I don't know. Well, Animal Land was, I would say, maybe a comedy. Like, Zatch, I don't know how much of that falls in the category, but I've honestly been laughing my ass off at Zatch. Like, it's so funny. I really enjoyed it. Arya said One Punch Man. One Punch Man is funny. I would say the first season is that, like, sweet spot of that ongoing joke continuing to happen.
That's one of those things that does fall victim to that a little bit. Even season 2, I was like, I don't know. One Punch Man was so good. One Punch Man season 1 was so good. And it's, you know, from one who does Mob Psycho, very talented writer for sure. So I know that they're a mangaka that is capable of creating like really awesome works. But for whatever reason, after season 1, I don't know if it was how the anime was adapted in season 2, but it just stopped hitting. It started feeling just kind of like the same joke, the same formula over and over and over again.
Alan said, I've been reading Skip and Loafer. Whoa. Which is pretty funny and so wholesome. I love Skip and Loafer. It is very funny. There's a lot of good moments.
Megan's been going crazy over Skip and Loafer, dude.
I have. I'm collecting it.
It's an aesthetic. It's a vibe, dude. It looks super cool.
It's so adorable. Will said Ouran High School Host Club. That is in my honorable mentions. Gotta do it. You have to. It's like a rite of passage. Like, you have to watch it. Or, I mean, read it. But watching it it's a great time.
I think I've probably seen, like maybe 20 episodes of Ouran.
Yeah. You're like, you should just bite the bullet.
I like Ouran. And Ouran is a great example of a series that is very funny, but also has some like heavy episodes.
Yeah. Arya said, have you seen Daily Life of High School Boys? Yes. Great one too. I still watch the episode with Haruhi's dad. Yeah, That is one of my favorite episodes. You've seen that one with Haruhi's dad when they go to Haruhi's house.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, she's going to be poor and then she's going to give us like tea in bowls and like mason jars. And she's like, I'm not that poor. Yeah. And like, I love that. It's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, that was a great episode. I think you actually showed me that episode specifically because it was one of your favorite episodes and I wasn't even there yet. And you were like, you got to watch this episode. I don't think you can really spoil anything if you've seen at least 10 at that point or 5 at that point. But
Zombie Die, Asobi, Asoba, I don't know how to pronounce it. Asobi, Asobase, I think. Hilarious.
Yeah.
You've seen, I think, a clip of that. So the girl with the short bangs and the girl with the yellow hair. Maybe. It's so funny. It's crazy.
I can picture it. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember having seen it or I don't remember the clip. Hopefully we can put at least a couple of you guys onto some series that you might have not heard of before because everybody here's got freaking great taste.
No, you guys got taste. I'm seeing Azu Manga Daio, which is a banger of an anime, and I would classify that as a comedy. And also I haven't seen any of I think it's Yatsuba. Oh, hi, Irvine.
Irvine, another hot air balloon dropping, dude. Yatsuba. Be careful up there.
She has green hair. She's a little girl. I think there's one of the manga covers. She's carrying like a sunflower. It's a really popular.
Yes.
Yeah. I haven't read or watched any of that.
Am I wrong in saying that it kind of has like a Nichijou kind of art style?
A little bit. I know specifically that. I think that is the same mangaka for Azu Manga Daio, but I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm not. Baka and Test is so good too.
Damn, you guys are
School Rumble had me laughing back in 2005. Main character delinquent who wants to be a mangaka. Yeah. Yatsuba, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are like you guys are
have
on fire,
great
dude.
taste.
You guys are on fire, dude, with all of these series.
Because comedy, brings people together. It really does. It's just, you don't have to really think about that's what was my bread and butter. Like comedy, romance, slice of life, sign me up all day. And then I started
that is your bread and butter still.
And then I started dipping my feet into shonen and I was like, oh, we doing this. Like, this is cool. But that was what I primarily watched for a long time because I didn't really have to follow too much. I could just watch these characters have fun. And that's what I love to watch.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it hits too because if you're a fan of animation and you live somewhere like, where we live, obviously we live in the United States, animation is usually geared towards children, or a younger audience. So sometimes the comedy is it's not that it's not funny, like Adventure Time and regular show. There are so many funny cartoons.
Or they try to make adult bad comedy shows that are like,
oh my god, yeah, like like there was one where it looked like a Rick and Morty style animated show, but it was like about a basketball coach or something.
There's so many. I could probably count. I can't count on how many hands. Like,
it's
like everyone looks like Rick and Morty, first of all. And second of all, it's just not funny.
Well, we watched a series that looked like it was in the animation style of Rick and Morty, but it wasn't a phenomenal, hilarious, like I was rolling on the floor laughing show, but it was a good show.
Good, yeah.
And it was called... What the fuck
Inside
was it
Out.
Called? Inside Job.
Inside Out.
Inside Job. But yeah, it's like in the West, in the United States, it feels like it's like either for a younger demographic or for an older, like raunchy demographic, which there are shows that do both really well that I like and enjoy.
Yeah.
But in anime and manga, it is just so universal, diverse, the types of comedy, the types of jokes, the types of things. It's like
because you have dark comedy, you can have light comedy, you can have situational comedy, you can have sometimes like ecchi type of comedy. Like it's so vast and there's so many of them, and I just loved it. Vermillion said Big Mouth Straight Face Gang. Yeah, I watched the first season of Big Mouth and then I couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah, Will said that Inside Job was great, and Inside Job was really good. It was really, really good.
But that was like, out of how many adult animated shows, like we got one good one.
Like, and again, like I would say out of that whole season, and it's on Netflix too, there was just 2 episodes that were just kind of like to me, but the other ones were like really creative, really funny. But yeah, it does seem like it's on opposite ends of the spectrum. It's on one end or the other. And with anime and manga, you get everything that every type of humor I feel like is represented in anime and manga.
Yeah, for sure. Will said, I have so many trashy, ecchi comedies I'm too embarrassed to recommend.
Go ahead.
Will, you know who you're talking to.
Yeah. The queen.
I have no shame.
The queen who suggested we do Monster Musume live.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And then cosplay.
Let's
one
cosplay
of the characters
and talk about Monster Musume live.
Spit it, Will.
But if we do cover it, we have to cover the uncensored version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it would do a disjustice.
Right.
And that's how you kind of get like a grasp like for the characters and everything.
Dang, dude. Man, the names go away so fast and I have to scroll. B. Brenty rolled in on a freaking yacht right now, dude. Where'd you get that yacht? Can I come over?
Yeah, can I hop on?
Can I hop on the yacht?
Can I hop on the yacht? And then
Yacht Club?
Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Manga Yacht Club.
All right, Mehgan,
we're gonna get into it because you guys are rattling them off.
Dude, and we'll go back. Dude.
We will.
We'll go back and forth, and then we'll stop and we'll go through the chat and we'll look at some more of your favorite comedy series and we'll talk more about them. What happened? What are you laughing at?
Will said my first girlfriend is a gal. Yeah, I watched some of that. I don't think I finished it, but yeah, I liked what I saw. It was pretty funny.
It's pure shame and embarrassment. Is what you're saying.
All right, okay, so we're gonna get started.
Judgment, Will.
No
this
judgment.
Is a safe place,
yeah,
dude.
it really is.
What the heck? People tried to come after me when I said that I wanted to watch Nagatoro.
I mean, this is a safe place.
People try to come after me, dude, when I said
it's a safe place.
It's for tasteful. It's for refined palates.
It's a safe place for everyone but lolicons.
I'm not a lolicon, but I thought the series was good.
Not you. I was talking to the people.
Oh, I thought you were being passive aggressive. Anyway, and see, yeah, Musomania 27 has my back too. Nagatoro was wholesome. Thank you.
I guess I need to.
Thank you. All right, Mehgan, you want to start or do you want me to start? It's completely and 100% up to you.
I think we might have one that is.
Because you've been looking at my list, I know.
I kind of, but we can talk about this one. Why don't we talk about this one first, since we both have it on our list?
Okay.
Okay.
On the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what you're going to say. Oh, Nichijou.
Is that... Were you going to say that? Yeah.
Nichijou just was going to be one of my honorable mentions because I've only seen like literally a handful of episodes. But those handful of episodes were so good and the animation quality was so good that I couldn't help but have it as at least an honorable mention. But since it's on your list, like as a one of the main series on your list, you go off, Queen. Do you?
Konosuba. You're supposed to Konosuba. Nichijou is so funny. I mean, it follows just like daily lives of these 3 high school girls, and the situations they get into are very over the top, dramatic, but also rooted in like deep reality, which is hilarious. And all, the cast of characters are colorful and they all have personalities, even if they say nothing. There's a guy in the class who has a mohawk. He doesn't really say much, but he just has a mohawk and it's really hilarious. I love Nichijou. Kyoto Animation, again, knocked it out of the park like they do as always.
Yeah, they kill it. They kill it.
They do every time. And like I said, like I love a colorful cast of characters. You have these high school girls in high school. There's, people in their class that have a mohawk or just different types of there's a guy who rides a goat to school. And it also covers you watch over this like mad scientist, but she's a little girl and she created this robot who has like a huge what's the word, like gear in the back of her back, and she tries to hide it, but it's like you can obviously see that she's a robot, and she's kind of like her nanny in a way, but this little girl's like super smart, and just like a bunch of different characters, and I really do love it. I can just watch a clip and just laugh.
Yeah, the art style is so like it's a very cute art style, but so dynamic in the way that they are expressive and animated, and it really adds to the humor. Like that's something I wanted to talk about when I talked about another series, is that a type of comedy is physical comedy, but to be, I think, to really land physical comedy, you need to be able to use a lot of physicality. So when the animation is really high quality, you can really land those like physical jokes, those physical humor type of jokes a lot better. Instead of having like one frame where the character's up and then just like a whoop and then they're just down. But to see, like, there's one series that a joke should not have been this funny, and I'll talk about it later. It should not have been this funny, but the way it was animated so freaking well that it did all of the heavy lifting, and it completely sold this joke and made it absolutely hilarious and so visually fun to watch. But Nichijou has a lot of those moments.
Nichijou has a lot of those moments, and if you're looking for something like that is like, it shouldn't be this well animated, but it is, and it's amazing. Kyoto Animation, has my heart favorite studio of all time. And they just really killed it with this one. And you could pretty much watch any clip from it, Nichijou funny moments, and you will be laughing, even if you don't watch the full thing. But I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. There is a manga too, and I've seen a couple pages of it, and obviously it's just source material to animation. Jokes are all there, and I think someone said the timing is super important. The timing, and it's key to comedy.
Which
so that happens.
Something that I wanted to mention too, just about Nichijou. I think you want to go for the sub. I mean, especially because timing is everything. But I remember watching a couple episodes of the dub and thinking that it was pretty well done. There's
some moments that are kind of hard to translate. Even as a person watching in sub, there's some things that are very inclusive to things in Japan.
Yes.
There's a episode where things are falling from the sky, and they're just different types of Japanese food or toys. So you're oh, that's kind of cool, but I would recommend the sub 100% because it's just, you get the voice actors go hard. They go off.
You want to go.
They go off.
A lot of the time you want to go sub with comedy, but every now and then, like someone mentioned Konosuba in the chat, I think the Konosuba dub is fire.
I think so too. I love a good dub that they can take liberties with the characters, and it's not just a standard dub where they're just reading the lines. I mean, I'm not saying that anything bad, but they're reading the lines, and it is that standard dub type of voice. Konosuba has a wide variety, and Kazuma is great. I mean, his delivery is awesome.
They have a cadence, and sometimes it's hard to sell jokes. Again, we're just watching Zatch Bell again right now. And so that's why in the past couple of videos it's been brought up. But the dub actors, the dub actor for Kyo, takes so many liberties and, absolutely kills it. He says lines like a human being would say lines. Exactly. Instead of a dub anime character would say lines. Yeah. And it really adds this charm to it. Nichijou. Wow.
Nichijou.
Fantastico.
Awesome. Awesome OP, too.
Yeah. We want to figure out a way to do a best OP video without getting copyrighted.
Yeah. If you guys have any tips.
Yeah. Let us know any workarounds. Maybe we'll play 10 seconds of it, or maybe we just, who knows, put them in the description or whatever, and you can click on them and listen to them yourself. Wow. Fantastic.
Thank you. What's your next pick?
All right. Well, I didn't know I was coming into a chat full of so much taste, dude. So I'm glad I over prepped in at least we only planned on talking about a certain amount of series, and I wrote about double just so I could reassess. Yeah, just so I could rearrange and just so I could match the energy that was being put out. So for me, now it's down to picking which one I want to talk about first. Okay. I'll talk about this series first, because I can't imagine, I feel like a lot of things on my list people are probably going to have heard about, but for the sake of just spitting something that is maybe
some fire.
A little less known, I'll go with this one first.
Okay.
So for my first pick, the series I chose was Detroit Metal City. Do you know anything about Detroit Metal City? It's about metal. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. It's a little anticlimactic.
You know what it's about? No, it's about metal.
I was trying
and
to coordinate.
Detroit.
And Detroit. I was trying to coordinate
City.
too many buttons at the same time. I got a little too over-ambitious, a little ahead of myself. Detroit Metal City is I don't know how it holds up. Don't come at me if it doesn't hold up very well. That's another thing about comedy. Most times comedy doesn't age well, especially if it is an edgier type of comedy. But in my memory, when I was younger, I just say it because it is aggressive in my memory.
Is it like Golden Boy?
Well,
Golden Boy's wild.
No, it's more so like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It could just be that I just remember there being some very sexually we're not here to kink shame anybody. Do you, boo, all day, whatever you're into. As long as you got, consent or maybe a couple safe words, you get out there, you be a freak. But I just remember that, there's an older gentleman who just walks around in like this these bondage attire, like a thong and everything, and he always has like a gag ball in his mouth all the time, and then he's always just like kind of on all fours, and people are just whipping him all the time. It's very funny. But Detroit Metal City is a series that when I was younger, my cousin told me about. It is very similar to, and I don't mean similar in tone or in comedy at all, but if you were ever a fan or have ever heard of a show on Adult Swim called Metalocalypse, it is similar in that it's about a heavy metal band. But the catch with Detroit Metal City is that the lead singer, the main character, he wants to be an idol, a pop idol. He wants to sing very cute pop songs about his feelings and about, girls. That and about
cute.
However, he cannot for whatever reason make it as that. It's
because he looks scary.
No, he doesn't. He looks very, he looks like a very average guy. He's not, maybe part of it is that he isn't like a hunk that can like he's not like a Harry Styles or whatever that might be able to
he's no Justin Bieber.
Right.
He's no Joe Bros.
He's definitely no Joe Bros.
Yeah.
He looks like an average guy, maybe a little too average. So he can't find a job getting or a record deal as a pop singer, but he does get hired to basically be the lead singer for this heavy metal band. So he has to don this persona, this makeup, and he looks like a member of like Kiss, kind of, or like Gene Simmons-esque kind of.
Oh, I think you might have shown me just like the opening.
Yeah, the opening goes so hard. Detroit Metal City opening, the music is
I think so.
Sick. And yeah, he basically has to do that. And so he becomes the lead singer of this band, but he does not like this type of music. He hates this type of music and he hates doing it, but it's the only job he can get. And I think even funnier is that this girl that he has a crush on also doesn't like this kind of music, but is, I think, in my memory at least, she works for some sort of like magazine, or she works for some sort of company where she interviews bands or she writes about bands or something. So she's constantly going to these events and just writing these kind of like, not scathing reviews, but she's being maybe a little harsh sometimes about the genre, about the band, about the music. And he is wanting her to not find out his true identity so she won't think less of him, and he's just having to balance these personas. He's having to his fans, like he's having to be this guy off stage too when he's in this makeup, but it'll always cut to like the real him, like like they'll cut away and there'll be like an after image or whatever, like of him in the background, really truly and honestly reacting to the situation. But it's so funny. And it's also kind of cute sometimes because of him being who he is, and I am just a sucker for heavy metal music, and if you can make that funny, dude, I'm in. I loved Metalocalypse, dude. I thought it was the funniest thing ever.
You loved Agretzko.
I do love Agretzko too. See, there's a theme. I love Agretzko. It didn't make my list, but it's not always the funniest thing. It's actually pretty sad.
Sad as hell sometimes.
But it's a really fun series. They even made a live action movie based off of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's just really fun to see this guy jump back and forth between like super sweet guy and heavy metal, because this guy is like this character that he's playing is very dark and very, has to like hate everything and break everything and but he is the complete opposite, and that is what makes it funny. But I haven't seen it in a long time. Don't know how well it holds up. But in my memory, it was one of the funniest things I had seen at that time in my life.
See, sometimes when things like that happen, when you haven't seen it for a long time, you just leave it be. Sometimes if you revisit, it's bad and it makes your heart hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there are some things that you don't want to go back and you don't want to see how they've aged, because in your mind palace, they are completely intact and beautiful and upon the pedestals, and there's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to, like, there's so many things I don't want it to be ruined. Like God forbid I go back and watch an Austin Powers movie, and it's
okay. Well, don't disrespect Austin Powers. All of them are great.
I mean, at least 1 and 2 are great. And
if you guys haven't already, I don't know if I've brought it up on this channel, or on Kumu. But the Thumb movies are an amazing franchise of movie. They are all on YouTube for free if you want to check them out. There's Bat Thumb, there's Blair Thumb, there's God Thumb, there's Star Thumb, or Thumb Wars, actually. I think it's Thumb Wars. And it is all pretty much reenactments of the movies, but they put their, they Photoshop faces on thumbs. And
they don't
give
just Photoshop. By the way, it's like, go ahead, give your pitch.
It's a whole production, and they add Barbie arms, and they pretty much reenact the scenes. I mean, of course, you have to change a couple things,
they're
but
spoofing it.
They're spoofing it, but it is amazing, hilarious. The acting is amazing, and if you haven't watched them, please go watch it. I guarantee it'll make you chuckle a little bit. Gotham is the best, and hands down, Gotham is the best.
It is and Megan, this is
and that aged well. Okay, that aged
near and dear
well.
To her heart. This is part of her childhood. This is part of her life, and it's funny. It's funny. But I watched it and I was like, oh my god, because it's not like they Photoshop faces on the thumbs. It is a whole ass production, and it's called, like you said, Thumb. The God Thumb is like your favorite, the Blair Thumb, and they're spoofing it. They're making it really funny, and they're like changing characters, but still it's a whole production. They have like little mini props, and they have like they have like digitally put people's faces onto actual thumbs. There's whole sets, miniature sets, and the faces they bring the eyes closer in together, and there's no nose, and it's just a mouth. And the people who are doing like the filming for that are really like moving their face a lot when they talk, and it's amazing. It is quite the achievement. I just want to say.
Will said Thumb and Thumber. I don't know if that is the thing.
Wow, they should get on that. They should totally get on that. We should get on that.
Yeah, we should call them up. But I just wanted.
It's
amazing. Please just. What is it?
Do yourself a favor, check it out.
Yeah. Just humor me for the comedy.
Yeah. I mean,
for the comedy. It's for the comedy.
They're on YouTube. They're pretty short.
They're pretty free too.
Okay. Yeah, they are pretty free. Yes.
They're pretty free, guys. So check it out.
You want to go number 2?
Yeah, I guess I'll go.
Sounded like I asked you if you wanted to go. If you wanted to poop.
You want to go number 2? Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Gotta go
you
now.
You said you had to go. You told me in my ear, and like in the headphone, I got it. I got the message that
I have to go.
Yeah, from your handler. What's that? Yeah, no, I'll ask her if she wants to take her shit right now. Megan, you got to go poop right now?
Okay. You did this last time?
Oh, and you pulled a Magellan on the stream. It took a long time. That was a long pee if it was a pee. Anyway.
All right, you guys. Second choice, second pick.
All right, let me count you in. You ready?
Yes.
3, 2. I counted too early. 1.
Sakamoto Desuga.
Wow.
Is that on your list?
It sure is.
Woo! I have a couple of ones I could talk about if you want to talk about it.
No, I mean, I have a couple too.
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
My teeth are like red from the Gatorade.
They're not. Your lips are though.
Okay. All right. Sakamoto Desuga.
Not Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Days.
Mal Card asked Sakamoto Days ? No. Same name, Sakamoto, but different series.
Different guy.
Different guy.
Follows a high school boy who is just cool in anything and everything that he does. He makes enemies, but they just kind of realize how helpful and amazing he is, and they just fold. He is so hilarious. He does the craziest things that no one should be able to do. And there is a theme that he has, and it's like,
Yeah.
and it's like this like jazz, and again, like, this is such a funny series because it is just this guy just living his life, but he's able to do all these cool things and be so cool and fly. And there are like really touching moments with a couple people that he meets, and he does help people out for the most part for like a lot of their problems and situations. And again, the absurdity, the gags, you think, how is he gonna outcool the last thing that he did, and he always does.
And the thing is, he's not necessarily the most cool looking guy. Like, he looks like a very studious guy. He does look like a very handsome guy, but he's just a guy with glasses that is always in his school uniform. But because of, like you said, his charm and how every situation always just works to his benefit in some way.
He's just lucky.
Somehow, it's a combination of luck and just like, again, he's got this like swagger, but he's not arrogant about it. It's not on purpose. It's so effortless. Like, all these things just kind of happen. So he's not like cocky or rubbing it in anybody's face. It's just his life. And he's just like existing, and he's just trying to get through the day. And it bothers some people, and they try to go after him, but he's just, again, they fall to his charms.
I think there was a moment, if I remember correctly, when he's like racing a bird.
Oh yeah.
And the bird's like getting upset, and he's like flapping faster, and he's just like walking, and the bird's like, what the heck? And then like a lightning or like rainstorm happens, and they're like flying away in the rain, and he ends up like saving the bird.
Yeah.
It's so hilarious.
It's to the point where even like animals get like, it's like crazy. It's not like some people get annoyed or agitated, or they're just kind of like, what the heck, when they come across this guy. But he is so just, again, it's effortless, and he's I don't know if sometimes he's even aware that he's kind of competing with people, or that people are competing with him.
That's the thing. He's like oblivious.
Yeah.
He's just like trying to live his life, like what his like morals and what's right, and helping other people out. And it's just a great watch. Yeah. I mean, every episode, that theme alone, you'll be singing to yourself, just like cleaning the dishes. You'll be like, na, na, na.
And just in case there were any people wondering, in English, I don't know if you just say the English name, just in case it might help people look it up. It's haven't you heard I'm Sakamoto? And then Sakamoto Desuga in Japanese. Fantastic series. Wonderful series.
Great watch.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. So funny. And that's actually one of the series that I wanted to talk about. When we talk about series that have a formula, this is a series that does. This is a series like, in the case of One Punch Man, has that same formula of, here's a guy, in the case of One Punch Man, who's not very strong, who doesn't try, very hard, but it always can beat his enemy in one punch. How funny is that? And turns out it's very funny, but for how long?
For a season.
Yeah. But it turns out it's funny for a season. But this, again, follows a very similar formula, but it's because of the absurdity, like with the bird, or the different characters that are reacting to it, the different situations. And again, sometimes it's children. Like there were kids like walking home from school one day, and
they're walking on a line, like as a game. They don't want to like fall off of the line. You know how when you're a kid, you imagine like a tightrope. So they're all walking on this line, and they realize he's doing it too. And they all like have this little adventure together, and then the line just stops. And then he proceeds to like jump to the next line that's like so far, and they're like, we lost.
And then one kid's like, we can't give up. And then he lays something down. I don't know. It is so funny. And it does not get old. The jokes never seem to get old. And it is a series, again, where it does feel like every episode, would you say, is kind of like one joke. So you'll have like maybe, whether it's two or three, episodes in one episode. They're all kind of like one joke, but they're all very funny.
There's definitely carryover. There's like one character who ends up getting his head like shaved, and then Sakamoto like is like being like, I can't really give too much away, but he ends up like getting a wig from him, and he's like wearing it for the next 2 episodes.
Oh, well, that was sad. That
was a sad episode.
That was so sad. There's another character in like the first or second episode that he like has an encounter with, and then that guy just becomes like, he says he wants to become a stand-up comedian after that, and he just wears like a bee costume all the time.
No, he wears like boxers.
Oh, he wears
boxers to school. But I think Will said it. There's a scene where these 3 guys are playing ball in the field.
Oh my god!
And they're playing it for like a minute straight, and then that scene is again reintroduced at the end of the episode, and they're just talking about how cool like Sakamoto is. They're like, yeah, he's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it was
it's so hilarious.
Funny.
It's so hilarious. That's one of my favorite comedies for sure. I recommend that. Like,
yeah, Sakamoto Days. Like, if I was gonna recommend anything, I haven't seen Detroit Metal City in a long time, so I can't, safely, comfortably recommend that to you. But Sakamoto Days is a big rec. I think it's something that you could just kind of have on, watch a couple episodes of, watch one episode, get multiple episodes in one episode, just have a good time, and always have a laugh, dude. I mean, that's what's cool about a lot of these shorter episodes too, is that some of them might hit, some of them might not hit. To me, it felt like the times that they hit were far more frequent. Like, I can't remember many, if any, misses, but people are different. But this you'll at least have like a big laugh an episode. For sure. Like, it's, and probably more. It's a hilarious series.
It really is. But yeah, Sakamoto Desuga.
Let's go. Great choice. So, I guess that leaves me now. Okay. I have, we kind of talked about this one. I'm going to say this one. So my, I guess, second, third, who's counting, is The Way of the House Husband.
Of course.
Gotta include The Way of the House Husband. Of
course.
Have to. Way of the House Husband, to me, a lot of people were recommending when we covered Way of the House Husband a long time ago, a little ways back. A lot of people were saying like, oh, you should check out Sakamoto Days, and we did check out Sakamoto Days, and I thought Sakamoto Days was very good. I called it John Thick. I thought it was pretty cool. I love the art style. I love the characters, and I love the comedy. It felt kind of similar to Way of the House Husband in just that they were, once. I don't know if Sakamoto was necessarily a Yakuza member or if he just was a hitman.
I think he was just a hitman, but all like involved with the Yakuza maybe a little bit.
But in Way of the House Husband, he is an ex-Yakuza who's a house husband. It just felt like there was a little similarity in premise alone. Humor, comedy, art style, everything else was completely different.
Yeah.
But I actually ended up enjoying The Way of the House Husband so much more than Sakamoto Days. Not to take away from Sakamoto Days. It was great. But The Way of the House Husband, just for me personally, hit. And everything, every joke landed. And again, it was a series that surprised me in its formula, how it was able to constantly seem new, constantly seem fresh, constantly take maybe a joke or a premise that has been done to death and still somehow find a new or interesting or fresh spin on it. I was always laughing while reading. Unfortunately, I never watched any of the anime because they actually never made an anime. They only, for whatever reason, decided to. I think there was like a PowerPoint presentation that they made. But the actual anime never came out, and that's sad. Of course, I'm joking because the anime did come out and it was a PowerPoint presentation. It was made in like Adobe Flash or something, and it was pretty bad. And I don't know why they did that. I don't know what choice they wanted to make.
If I do recall correctly, it was the wishes of the mangaka. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, obviously we were like so ecstatic that it was getting an anime adaptation because some of the scenes in the manga are like really, really cool, especially with just the things that he does. The timing is everything, He's prepping all this stuff. You see his tattoos. The first couple panels, like he's unleashing his tattoos and he's like getting ready for the day. And then you see him like packing this cute little bento for his wife. And you said it too. I love this character type of like this guy who's just like a simp in the best way for his wife, which is kind of like Sakamoto too.
Yeah.
It's just so funny because I feel like a lot of the time you don't necessarily see that. Like you get either the extreme, like a Sanji, or super aloof and a tsundere.
Or you just get a guy who's just like not a bad guy, but not a great guy. I mean, he's just fallen into the role of husband or dad or whatever. He's not bad. He's just there and he's nice. But I loved how in Way of the House Husband he was like oh, like he would go above and beyond. Like he wanted so bad to make his wife's life easier and better and give her a stress-free day. Dang, another freaking jet in here.
I am Jesher. Hello.
Hello.
I also love that in Clannad too.
I bet their arms are pretty tired
from riding in on
that jet. We we dabble.
We dabble in the puns.
We dabble. What were you gonna say? Sorry. This is a phenomenal, I think, manga, but unfortunately, the anime adaptation just didn't.
Yeah, it was exciting for sure, but yeah, it is what it is. You have the manga. You have the manga.
Yeah, the manga's great.
Literally have the source material. It's a great series. I've collected probably, I don't know 4. I don't know what it's up to now, but I have like 1, 2, 3, 5.
And another thing I like about these kind of manga series too, especially to talk about manga for a second, is that the chapters are just these mini chapters, usually just about one joke. There's the setup to it at the beginning, and you hit the punchline at the end, and then it's over in about 3 pages or 4 pages or whatever. I like that. I can breeze through that. I can go. It just feels like I can get through those so much faster. And again, to do that, I don't understand how these mangaka. I don't understand how their brains work. To just be able to constantly, especially in the case of Way the House Husband, just be able to for me consistently feel like they land the joke. It just seems so hard and so exhausting.
SNL, take a lesson,
bro. SNL fucking sucks.
It does now. I remember really liking it, and for a point in my life I was like, I want to be on SNL. I want to write for SNL. And then it kind of just like went downhill. I was like, I don't think that's my path anymore.
SNL's so corny, dude.
It is. They've fallen into this thing of like it being sketches that are funny and being outlandish, and now they're falling into whatever's trending they're gonna make a joke about, and that's why it feels so like cash grabby, like pop culture. Like you can do that with some stuff. Like I agree, it's funny, but I mean, with everything, it's just like we've seen the whole. I mean, I don't want to get political, but the whole election, we were just seeing the same type of joke. It's like we get it, we know what's happening.
Yeah, Monkey D. Luffy said it best. I think you should leave what SNL could have been. I argue. I think you should leave is what SNL will never be.
They never will because they denied him.
And they don't take risks, and they don't believe in. They're too
safe now
in talent. Okay, yeah, they're too safe, but also making these like weirdly.
Tim Robinson is the goat,
the goatiest of goats, dude. One of the funniest sketch comedy shows to come out ever.
Season 1, season 2, both amazing
bangers. Quotable.
Yeah.
Multi-watch. I mean, I could watch that show a million times and laugh every single time.
Yeah. Musuma Mania said, you can't be too dependent on current event jokes because they just don't age well.
And they don't have a long shelf life.
Yeah, exactly. You're just like, oh, that was funny 2 months ago.
But I don't think SNL operates like that. I think they're like, okay, well, we're just going to try to like peak really high. Yeah. And then we do a show live every Saturday, so it doesn't matter. Like people aren't going to be going back. I don't know. I love South Park. I want to say that I love South Park so much. I even watched the newest season and thought that it was very funny, but that does bother me about South Park sometimes too. Not all the time, because I think South Park actually does it well, but it does bother me that they always seem to be covering topics that are current. Again, they do a good job, but it's some of the older episodes were just random. Like Scott Tenorman Must Die was so funny, and it just had to do with like Cartman making this fool eat chili that he put his parents into because he like convinced him that he was on his period or something.
Yeah, I think it was who was it? Whose grandpa was in the like nursing home, and they were like smuggling those little figures for the nursing home people because they like to collect these figures, and it turned into like this like it was like a drug trade, and they were like trading. I forget what they're called, but that was a really funny episode too. It was like really random.
What
I forget what they're called.
Oh,
Will said Stan.
Are you still talking? You're still talking about South Park?
Yeah. They're like popular little like porcelain figures.
I know what you're talking about.
I forget what they're
forget.
called, but it was that's a good episode too.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
The Hummels.
Oh, so
yeah, the
I wouldn't have been
Hummels.
able to pull that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
No,
it's you know, SNL, dude. They freaking wish they could be Tim Robinson.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway,
I guess that's me now.
Yeah, so Way of the House Husband. It's a very popular series. A lot of people know about it, but I don't know if a lot of people have read it. I highly recommend it. It's an easy read. And again, with a lot of these reads or watches, they're easy. They're cozy. They're fun. They're chill. Not too dense. Something you can just kind of kick back and have a good time.
Yeah, and it's really fun. Like, that's why I wanted to collect more of them, because it is just a thing that if you don't remember it off the top of your head, you can just read it and then be like, oh, that was a hilarious bit. I forgot that happened. And it's just this, like, you know, a slice of life in a way. And it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, so 2 comments real quick. Musomania27 said Animaniacs always covered topics IRL, but it never depended on them. Animaniacs, the original Animaniacs, I did not watch the reboot, not because I didn't want to support it or didn't want to see it, but just, I don't know why.
Yeah, Malcart said the reboot is unwatchable.
When it came out, I just like was very like, I don't know, I missed it. Like I heard about it, wasn't too excited about it, but loved the original. Thought maybe I'll check it out, but just never did. I don't know. But Animaniacs was great. Yeah, I don't. I when I think of Animaniacs too, I think, and I've told the story a million times, but I do think it's also just Megan's heard it an uncountable amount of times. But I do think it's interesting, the whole Ren and Stimpy thing. Like I do think it's interesting that when Ren and Stimpy was on Nickelodeon, it was very successful, but they had a lot of rules to follow. They were put in a box, and so they had to be creative about the jokes they made. Then when MTV picked them up and they could do whatever they wanted to do, it failed miserably, and people thought it was not funny anymore because they didn't have to be creative about the jokes they were making. They could just
making some crazy jokes though.
On Nickelodeon, they were making crazy jokes, like crazy jokes. And Rocko's Modern Life would do that shit too, dude. There was like really, really big man, and he had nipples of the future that would shoot out of his chest and go into your eyeballs, and you could see how you would die. I mean, this was like Rocko's Modern Life, dude. Nipples of the future. Like, and I was just sitting there, and my Christian mom had no idea she didn't want me to read Harry Potter, but she had no idea I was staring at a really, really big man's nipples.
Yeah, you're watching Ren and Stimpy, Cow and Chicken.
Cow and Chicken was lit, dude. Cow and Chicken was lit.
Cow and Chicken.
And all these shows had the devil in it, too, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Cow and Chicken had the devil in it.
Powerpuff Girls had literally the devil, pretty much.
Billy and Mandy had the Grim Reaper.
Billy and Mandy was crazy, too.
I love Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite, too.
Yeah. Heyday. Those were the heyday of...
I mean, you can't get that back. It'll never happen again.
I mean, we get good ones, and we need to appreciate the good ones when we get them. Gravity Falls, Regular Show, Adventure Time. You know, we need to appreciate the good ones. Even the Regular Show creator, J.G. Quintel, has Close Enough, which is a basically kind of Regular Show, but with just adults. Adult humans, and it's very funny, and it's on HBO Max, so they don't have to be, they don't have to dance around anything, but they still are very funny.
Yeah, I love that show. Okay.
Little rant.
So I know.
Little tangent.
All right. So last one.
Okay.
Until we get to the honorable mention, this is. I mean, we're not doing it in a specific order, but this is my last one that I kind of wanted to. And
again, we'll go through some of yours too, but Megan. Let me give you your camera. And are you ready?
Arakawa, Under the Bridge. I wish I could take out my mic and like drop it. Boom. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you guys heard of this at all? I'm curious to see if any of you have watched it.
Have you guys heard this? Have you guys seen this?
Have you heard it? Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I just want to know where you'll land, because this is one of my favorites. And it's very funny, has a manga, has an anime adaptation, and I absolutely love it.
You showed me a little bit of this series, and I think the animation style was crazy.
It's awesome. Yeah.
But it was really cool, really out there, really kind of absurd, abstract. Like there's characters with human bodies and like stars for heads.
Yeah, he's actually he was like a pop star. And there's like a kappa. Pretty much the premise is it's called Arakawa Under the Bridge. And it pretty much is this guy. I forget what happens, but someone saves his life. Her name is Nino. And she's in like this tracksuit and she has blonde hair. And she claims that she's from Venus, the planet Venus. And he has to owe her, he's like, oh, I guess I have to owe her for saving my life. So she says, oh, will you be like in a relationship with me? And he's like, okay, sure. But the only catch is if you do that, then you have to live under this bridge with a bunch of these people. And they're pretty much like homeless people. I mean, they live under the bridge. They like have like a farm and they grow things and they have a whole little like community. There's like a nun. There is the guy with like a star head. He's like a musician or a past musician.
Yeah, dude. And you showed me that OP, I think, or music video.
Oh my God. The OPs
So
and the EDs
sick.
are so fire. And the animation is so cool. It kind of reminds me of like, not on this level, but like Monogatari, with like random, like different, like scenes of like different color things or, like random objects everywhere. If you like animation, if you like fun, like something new, something different, Arakawa Under the Bridge, highly recommend.
Yeah, really quick, I just want to shout out this. Is it music video or OP?
It's an OP.
Okay.
That's ED. It's the ED where they're like real life. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they're real. It's shot like a real music video, but it's the ED, and it looks crazy, and it brings this like, it's like it brings this like level of like it's like an art, like it's an artist's vision, dude. It's like
it's awesome.
It's kind of like artsy. Like it makes me think. When I watch it, I'm like, this is funny. But this is also beautiful. And I feel like I'm there. I'm not like getting all of it because it just feels. You know what I mean? Like it just.
That's how the show.
Really special about it.
Yeah, that's how the show makes me kind of feel. Oh, we have another one. Woo! Coming down a yacht club. Hello.
Yacht boys.
Yacht boys.
Let me just blow my yacht horn.
I don't know if yachts have a.
I've never been on a yacht.
Oh, God.
I've never been on a yacht. No one wants to take me. I don't know anybody who has a yacht either. I just know people who have virtual yachts. And apparently I can't go on those either. So if anybody has a yacht.
Yeah, every time I ask someone to go on a yacht, they say, maybe not.
They say, maybe yacht. That's my yacht horn.
I think it's like just.
Maybe, dude. I don't know. What does a Ferrari look like? I don't know. What is a Ferrari horn? I've never been in a Ferrari either. I want to ride a yacht. Okay. Sorry. Anyway. No, Arakawa Under the Bridge, I have only seen small bits and pieces, but that show is art. Trust me, that show is art.
It really is, and I want to rewatch it at some point. I don't remember how many seasons, maybe 2, but maybe I'm forgetting. But honestly, if you are into comedy, if you're into like some really touching moments with like, this great animation, this different banger OPs, banger EDs, artsy type of show, I would definitely recommend it. It does have a manga adaptation too. If you don't want to watch it, you can always read it, and it's a great time. Yeah. And all the characters are unique and hilarious, and they all just work very well together.
Fantastic, Megan. You got a banger list again.
Thank you.
Banger list after banger list. We should expect nothing less from someone with over 400 series under their belt on my anime list.
Wish I had like glasses, like.
Yeah, like Sakamoto.
Shine. Yeah.
Like Sakamoto Desuga. Oh, we should just get that sound.
Yeah, we should.
It's short enough.
Oh, what other song do we have on there?
Well, I mean, we have this one. which is a banger, dude. Come on. In terms of comedy,
this
man is comedy. But every time I play it, not a lot of people know where it's from. So watch Zatch Bell.
Boing, boing.
All right. I guess that leaves me, and I have to whittle my list down a little bit. Okay. Let me just refer to my notes for a second. Thank you for being here.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the yacht invitations that I'm expecting to receive
after the stream. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Volume 1 yacht invitation that includes me as well.
The original Lil Yachty is what they call me because I love yachts. I actually have no desire to be on a yacht.
Okay, you can't just.
If I
invite me on your yacht. I've never been on a yacht. I want to drive a yacht. Actually, I have no desire to be on a yacht at all.
Well, maybe if you downplay it,
because someone will invite you.
Exactly.
So you're doing reverse psychology, but you can't admit that you're doing reverse psychology.
Maybe this is
because you're on a stream and people are watching
3D
live.
Chess, dude. Everybody's playing checkers. Okay.
You said
what?
You said chess, not checkers.
No, I'm playing 3D chess.
And they're playing checkers.
Yeah. See, I just freaking kinged you right now. I don't know what series to talk about. So because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left.
Well, do you want to open it up to the chat and then you can think about what you're gonna do?
Okay. I'm just gonna say I don't want to seem too basic, but I'm just gonna say it because this series caught me off guard, and my honorable mentions are fire. And the only
why are you laughing?
Because that was just like the craziest thing to say. My honorable mentions are fire. But I just want to say that there's a series that it was between 2 series, and the only reason that I'm not going to choose the one that I'll talk about as an honorable mention is because we've already talked about it before, and we've already kind of recommended it a lot, and it is really, really good. But we'll recommend it again and talk about it more in our honorable mentions. A series that we don't get to talk about all the time. For me, my final pick, and I just got to mention it because at the time in my life, where I was at in my life when I watched this, it made me so happy, and it just made me laugh more than I had laughed in a long time, and I had never experienced a series set in this setting that was this funny to me. I kind of always assumed that stories that were set in this type of setting had the same type of humor and weren't always known for being the funniest. However, this series proved to be a little different, and that series is Konosuba. Yes, Konosuba. Look, I guess what I'm trying to say is isekai, and I've heard things about isekai quartet and things like that, and isekai can be very funny, but isekai can also be very pervy.
Well, we gotta, there's some,
and Konosuba's not free of that either.
No,
at all.
Not at all.
But I just think Konosuba, of all the comedy isekai, was just, I did kind of maybe put it in a box like comedy isekai, but Konosuba, at least to me, felt like it was just, it was just doing it better than a lot of these other series were. I mean, I've seen series like, Devil is a Part-Timer 2, which I think is funny.
Yeah, it's coming back. I can't wait. It is.
Yeah. But again, not as funny as Konosuba. Konosuba, almost every episode had me dying laughing because I had never met freaking characters like this before at the time where I was at in my life. Darkness, her insane sort of masochistic personality.
Yeah, Zombie Die said it does it better because the women are the pervs. LOL.
That's a great point. That's what I mean. Kazuma can also be a little pervy towards the end. There was one episode where he just went off. But I also think he was like, you know what? Fuck it. And he just kind of went for it.
He went all in. That was a crazy episode. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that Kaguya OVA where they just were like, we're gonna go in.
Why? What?
Because they were like, we don't put any fan service in the show, so I guess they need it. I don't know, but that was wild. But that Konosuba episode took me off guard. There are some, it's there's a lot of ecchi in it, I would say. Not like
sure.
crazy
for
ecchi,
sure.
but it is also, it's usually played for humor.
For sure. And I mean, I think and again, I think the dub is great. I think the Konosuba dub is great. I think Megumin is hilarious. I think Aqua's hilarious. Everybody is so funny, and they're all, it is funny because, in most, I think, situations, it would be a harem, or it would be a situation where the main character is trying to be with one of them. And it's just like Kazuma is so annoyed by them all the time, especially Aqua, who is like this goddess character who is supposed to be, and she is like powerful by the standards of this world, but she is just so just clumsy, oblivious. She's like gets like horribly drunk and like vomits in alleyways.
Rainbows.
She's like a guy's guy too. There's like when they were like trying to make money or whatever, and they had to sleep in that barn. Like she's just like passed out drooling, like with her like her finger in her belly button or something. Like she's just like she's the best. She's a little maybe she's a little bit of an airhead at times, but she has a lot of charm and timing. I think the timing in that show is done really well. And I think, all of them are so just adorably, I don't know, fun to see.
Well, they're all kind of like misfits in their own way. Like Megumin, Darkness, Aqua, and Kazuma. They all kind of, they all kind of like fit into this like dynamic, this friend group, this team. And I really enjoyed what I watched. I kind of wrote it off for a while because, again, isekai is not my favorite genre, but it was very funny, and I really did like it. I finished the first season, and I'm like halfway through the second season, but yeah. And
it's funny, just like there's so many times that the assumptions that everybody else makes about Kazuma in that village too, I don't know. It just, again, I maybe judged comedy isekai, but Konosuba really set itself apart for me and just was so funny. And I binged it all so fast. I was so excited to watch a new episode. And if I had to, put it down for whatever reason or step away for whatever reason, I couldn't wait to come back. And I just had such a good time watching that series.
Yeah, you really put me on. I probably would have never watched it if you hadn't been like, you have to watch it. It's so good.
Because it's more about also like there is some ecchi stuff and there's some pervy shit in there too, but it is more just about like their personalities. Like their personalities as characters shine through so much that they are so funny that you put them in any situation with each other or in any combination, and they're going to be funny. Because they have character, they have flaws, character defects. They have a dynamic too that just like is so funny, and it just works.
Yeah,
Konosuba is absolutely amazing, and I actually recently just purchased the Konosuba D&D role playing. Well, it's not D&D technically, but it is a role playing game RPG rule book, and I would love to get a game going. And play sort of like a D&D style adventure in the world of Konosuba. Maybe we'll have an appearance from Aqua. Who knows?
Konosuba.
I love it, man. I love it. And I just love Kazuma's just,
he's hilarious.
He's just so frustrated the entire time and just so annoyed the entire time. And it doesn't get old. I love Konosuba.
Love it.
So that is my... That's my last one, but I have a couple honorable mentions. And then we will go to the chat and finish off strong with a couple of recs or series that you guys find particularly funny. So, Megan, you got an honorable mention you want to rattle off? Maybe give a couple sentences as to why you recommend it, why you like it, why it's on your honorable mentions list.
I did write, someone said no Spy Family. I did have Spy Family originally on my list. I saw you write it down. And I did cross it out just because I wanted to get through the other ones because we talked about Spy Family before. I wanted to talk about these series because we don't get to talk about them that much. But Spy Family is very funny. All of the dynamic between like Anya and Lloyd and Yor is just like pure gold. And I do think it's like a great like writing tool or like what's the word? Like I guess I'll just say, writing tool to have Anya be able to read their minds, so you see from her perspective as the reader. Obviously, if they were saying it in their heads, we'd be able to hear it, but she is on the front lines hearing all of this stuff, and she's not scared. She's just like, waku waku. Yeah, she's just excited.
I think the thing for me about Spy Family is that it's not just funny. Like, it's funny, but the first thing that pops into my mind when I think of Spy Family is it's just a very wholesome show. The action is great, and it is, on top of all of that, funny. But I think Spy Family it is more than just a comedy.
No,
Spy Family is a great, great, great series.
I mean, we got Psyche K.
Yeah, Psyche K was on my honorable mentions, and we still have, and it was in frame. It's in frame in a lot of our videos, a Psyche K poster. Psyche K is a great show.
Yeah.
It's another show that has the same kind of shtick, but never seems to get old for whatever reason. And the characters and the world is absurd, but I'm here for it. It's so over the top at times.
Judgment Night of Thunder.
Judgment Nights of Thunder.
How does it go again? It goes
Judgment Nights of
Thunder.
Yeah.
Judgment Nights of
Psyche K.
I love Kaido.
Yeah. Psyche K is great.
Yeah, love Psyche K. I mean, we'll set it. Oron High School Host Club, another banger. Again, with emotional moments, but also very, very funny to see like these rich boys be able to just like talk down or like not understand the world that Haruhi lives in. Which she's just like, I'm not that poor. Like, you guys are just absurdly rich, and they just live in two different worlds.
I also wrote down Love is War.
Love is War. I did have as well.
War is hilarious. Another reason why it just didn't make my list, we do talk about it kind of a lot. Not a lot, but we have mentioned it before. And it's a popular series. People know about Love is War. And again, it's one of those shows that is so funny. But it makes me laugh. But I don't know. I find myself watching it because I just connect to these like situations, like these mind games that they play. I mean, I think we've all been at a point in our life in high school or whatever when we were younger where, we played some of these mind games to look cooler than we were or to act like we didn't care or like somebody. And it's very funny, but it's also like I can relate, I love Love is War.
Yeah, me too.
And Love is War has some heart too.
It does.
That Ishigami episode? Damn,
I was not expecting that.
That Ishigami episode?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Yeah.
For real.
You got another one? I got one more. Honorable mention. I got another.
I have, Daily Life of High School Boys, also really funny. I would say it is like, it is kind of similar to Nichijou, but definitely not as absurd. It is more set in reality, I think. Nichijou just goes like, there's a guy who fights a deer. Just crazy.
Here for it.
But that is also a funny honorable mention. And
I had to include,
I think,
Hinamatsuri.
I didn't want to say it because I already had it on my last list.
Well, that's kind of why I didn't add it to my list, because we did talk about it. I think probably you're saying it was on your list in the last stream.
I think so, yeah. When we talked about like side characters.
Oh, yeah. And we've talked about it before. Hinamatsuri is one of the most. It's one of the most fresh. It's one of the funniest things I've seen. And
yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's fresh. I haven't really seen anything like it.
I haven't seen anything like it. And again, this is what I'm, talking about when I'm talking about like an animated segment that really sold me on a joke was when they're playing this like game, like her and the other girl that have powers.
They're playing. I think it's like a slap game or like Hot Hands. And they're like. I think it's something like that.
But they both have like these like powers, and the animators, some people say you animate on twos, so you animate every other frame, and then of course, you can animate even less frames than that. They must have been every single frame. It looks crazy. Some of the action, it looks so good. And for physical comedy, this is exactly what you need to be doing. And it does it. It's animated so beautifully. And not just during that scene, but during so many scenes. It's like, it's good for no reason. And they go over the top for no reason. Mm-hmm. And again, it's the comedy that I love. These choices that the characters make or a writer makes to make a situation funnier, but are decisions that have consequences or that they have to follow through on. Also, something that could be perceived as a joke angle to take a character down. For example, not to spoil the show, but to hopefully sell you on it, is that there's a character who comes to this world. Hinamatsuri is about a girl who comes to this world and has powers from another world and moves in with this like Yakuza member. And hijinks ensue.
Nita.
So another girl comes like looking for her who also has powers. However, she's not fortunate enough to like appear or show up in a person's home, like Hinamatsuri was with or Hina was with Nita. So what might seem like just a funny choice, she becomes homeless, and she doesn't have a place to live. So, at first, and I'm not going to give like too much away, but at first it's just a joke because you always see her in the background and you always see her like rummaging through the trash and stuff. And there are jokes.
Stealing things.
Yeah. There are a lot of jokes that are made, not jokes about homeless people, but it's just funny that this girl is in this situation when Hina is in the totally opposite, a way better situation, and she's trying way less. And this girl's trying so hard and is homeless. But it ends up becoming one of the most heartfelt, one of the most sincere, just like arcs that this character goes through. This character has to learn the value of money, and actually gets taken in by a group of other homeless people that become like her mentors. One of them becomes like her mentor. And it's very emotional.
Yeah, and they teach her pretty much like how she should live. I mean, just like not taking things for granted, working for what you are working for what you get. I mean, you can only do so much. You have to work for it. And she learns that lesson pretty quickly. And it is just like, oh, damn, I was not expecting this. And then you have like Hina just doing like crazy,
whatever
like, trying to clean the house, and she like breaking
everything.
Yeah,
getting everything she wants. Getting what's her favorite meal that she gets all the
time?
Salmon roe. Yeah,
I want salmon roe.
But there's just a follow through, and it is so funny, so beautifully animated, so different, so incredibly different. Can't recommend Hinamatsuri enough.
Love it.
It would have been on my list if we hadn't talked about it last week or the previous
Mania said salmon roe versus yellowtail.
Well, you're talking to the come at me. I'm sorry. Please actually don't come at me because people always want to come at me when I say that. And it's exhausting. But I don't like seafood. I'm not a seafood guy. And I'm sorry to let you down. So from someone
what is seafood? It's
what
Spanish.
Is seafood?
Spanish.
What is seafood? What is
seafood in Spanish?
Oh,
camarones or something?
Well, that's
shrimp.
Yeah. But what's the why?
I was just thinking about it.
Well, is salmon roe versus yellowtail?
Zach be going in on that raw yellowtail. I had sashimi yellowtail. Yellowtail's my favorite sushi.
Dude. It was so crazy.
God, it's so good. It's like candy.
Zach, and she's like, if Zach gets to eat yellowtail, I want yellowtail. She got yellowtail.
I got yellowtail. I got 8 pieces of like thick sashimi cuts, and it was bomb. I was watching him eat it, and I was like, it was amazing. I loved it. But yeah, yellowtail all the way.
Yeah, Monkey D. Luffy said, what? No shrimp tacos even? Lo siento, Monkey D. Luffy. No shrimp tacos. Give me that asada all day. Give me that pork. Give me that el pastor. Give me, I'd rather eat lengua over shrimp, to be honest. Tongue over shrimp.
Yeah, you're crazy.
But
you're not crazy. Everyone has their own taste. But like, give me oysters.
Yuck.
Give me clams.
Disgusting.
Give me literally anything.
I'm looking at you. All right, I'm logging
I'm logging up. But
Yeah, fire off. We got about, upwards of about 10 minutes left. So fire off some of your favorite comedy series. Or
Cypher
just,
Lim said, read Dr. Stump.
Dr. Stump, I believe. I don't want to look foolish.
I believe.
Dr. Stump. Let me just Google it.
You have Doctor.
Dr. Slump or
Dr. Slump.
Stump.
Oh,
or
Stump.
I believe, and I'm just not. I'm holding my tongue, because I don't want to look foolish. But I think I know what this series is.
I don't. Oh, it's Slump?
Well, I see Dr. Slump right here, and it is yes. It's by
yeah.
Akira Toriyama, the DBZ mangaka, and I had a feeling, but I didn't want to look foolish. Now, the DBZ mangaka actually did another series called, I forget what it was called, but it was about like an alien or something. And I read the first volume of it and remember liking it, but I just never continued it.
Yeah, this looks cute.
Yeah, I could probably, I don't know if it's going to pop up right away. If I go to, let me try. This could work, or this could go horribly wrong. Oh, you guys got to see something ahead of time. Well, that's what you get in the live.
You get a little sneak peek.
Yeah, I don't mean it is what it is. I don't care. But you got a flash of it, and that's pretty sick.
Dang.
You guys got to see a preview of that.
You can't rewind that.
New done piece art that we're working on.
For real.
But you only got it for a second, so you got to go. I mean, you can't go back. But when
I'm blind.
And I think when the VOD of this comes out on YouTube, we'll already have released it anyway. So I was thinking you could go back and just like look for that frame and check it out. But someone's Monkey D. Luffy says looks sick, bro. Thank you. Excited to. We just recorded our One Piece episode, and we took a break from reading this week, so we just did a pre-time skip sort of retrospective. And we went back and we ranked the arcs and ranked the Straw Hats and just kind of talked about everything so far.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And we revealed the done piece art.
I mean, it was almost like a 2-hour
it was long
conversation.
It was long,
but it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. But yeah, Dr. Slump.
This is Dr. Slump.
Super cute. I've seen this character around for sure. With the purple hair and the goggles. Very cute. I like it. It looks cute.
Yeah, super
Will said
cute.
D-Frag is one of my favorite comedies.
D-Frag?
Mm-hmm. I think I know, but
I've never heard of D-Frag before. D-Frag manga or anime? Let's see. Oh.
Anime.
Is this it? Oh yeah. I mean this looks pretty crazy.
Cute.
This looks sick. I'm into these covers, dude. I mean, I'm looking at volume 15 right now. I don't know if that's a spoiler. But
it's an anime,
okay,
too.
Will, I see you, dude. Chill,
We
Will.
see you, dude, Will.
Chill, Will.
I'm just kidding. We're just kidding.
I'm going to find a clip later in the Discord. It's insanely funny. Yeah, post it.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
The next one we have is from Mal Card, and it's Mr. Osomatsu.
See, I mean,
Mr. Osomatsu, is that the little blue guy?
You're putting us on right now because I've never. How do you spell it? Oh, it's right here. Osomatsu. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Blue
guy. I'm thinking of This is with all the. Yeah. I've seen this around. I haven't watched it. I've heard good things though. I remember the fandom was like pretty popular. And I saw a lot of like cosplays of these characters at cons.
Yeah, this is definitely. I've never seen it or read it, but or seen it, but I do recognize it. Seen it multiple times.
Let's see. The next one is from Cypher Flim again. Bowling King manga.
Blue guy is Doraemon. Yeah,
Doraemon. I was confusing it.
Yeah.
Bowling King.
Honorable mention in probably basic, but Komi is comfort food on a bad day. Monkey D. Luffy. Yes, Komi is fantastic.
I love the anime. I mean, I haven't read too much of the manga, but the anime is really cute. And you can just kind of like veg out, and I love the OST.
Especially, yeah.
And the OPs and EDs are just like so next level. But they really heightened. I mean, the manga is awesome, but they really knocked out of the park with Komi.
Yeah, they're putting their whole you know what Nakomi, dude, and it shows. Especially just watch if you haven't seen the ED for season 2. It is like, are you trying to win an award? Like,
I mean,
I don't
the
understand.
opening for season 1 was insane.
Yeah, it really was.
I was like,
It really
huh?
All right, we'll look up a couple more, and then we will have to end our stream here or there when we get there for the night. Maybe we'll look up one more.
Let's look up Cromarty High School.
Was never a fan myself, but Cromarty High School is another popular. Cromarty High School.
I also like, I think it's called...
And you said bowling something, right?
Yeah, bowling,
Now, never a
Bowling
fan
King.
yourself. Why do you say that? Why were you never a fan? What kind of comedy are we talking here?
Has anyone seen Maria Holic?
Maria Holic.
It's kind of, it's funny.
Sounds like
but
someone who's addicted to a girl named Maria.
Maria Holic. It I think
I'm a Maria Holic.
it's kind of crazy. It's an older one.
Skeet dance.
Woo!
I can't look that up.
I mean, that guy is eating like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, this
pencils.
looks crazy. This looks crazy. Skeet dance? Is that how you say that? That's wild. You can't say that.
Skeet dance.
Let me see.
To the window, to the wall, to
That
the
was
wall.
the first time I
To the
ever
s-
heard skeet in my life.
Oh, skeet, skeet, skeet dance.
And I remember, too, at the time, you know, I was a huge fan of Doug. So I was like, oh, he must be talking about Skeeter. You know? He must be talking about Skeeter from Doug. You know? And then, man, who has that line? I think it's Childish Gambino who has that line about, like, Skeeter and it's like a double entendre or something about, like, Skeeter and Patty Mayonnaise. Fire, dude. Bars.
Skeet dance. I've heard this is a good one.
I've never seen this or heard of this in my entire life. Skeet dance.
In my entire life.
What is this? It looks kind of like it would be a little wholesome too.
Yeah, I've heard really good things. I wanted to watch it. I mean, anything. They got cherry blossoms. You know I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, just literally put cherry blossoms on anything and Megan will watch it. Anything. It's not a joke.
Okay.
Let's
calm down.
Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for another live ranking or discussing some of our favorite comedy series.
I really liked this one.
This was fun.
Comedy holds a special place in my
Yeah.
heart. In our hearts, I would
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
And we, you know, what's very nice is we rack our brains every week. What are we gonna do next? What's gonna be a fun stream? What's gonna be a fun topic? And I'm pleased to say that we put a lot of thought into it, and we have like the next 2 or 3 planned out.
I think
And-
around 4, honestly.
and they're bangers, dude. They're bangers. And I'm so excited because some of them are really fun and really cool. And yeah, I'm just like I'm starting to just really every week look more forward to these streams. They've always been fun.
Yeah, you guys
but-
make them also fun too. Everyone watching, like all of your support and all of the recommendations we get and all of your opinions. Like it is so much fun to be able to, do this with you guys. And it's just, I have a blast.
I mean, it's always been awesome and fun to come here and do these. But again, the more we find our footing, the more fun it gets. And to be here and see familiar faces here every Thursday night is amazing.
Yeah, Monkey D. Luffy said this stream was the best one yet. Shout out, I think, Alexander Arts for this topic. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Alexander Arts goated.
And we got Hans Ding 1646 who says, some hint, please. I'll just drop this one. And this is like, we got like 4 planned. But one that I think is going to be particularly fun, and I don't know when we'll do it because we might have to, figure out the most tasteful way to do it. But talking about either the top or the most sussiest manga, or sussiest anime, and
Both.
just finding a way to.
I've seen a good amount.
I'm sure you have, dude. I'm sure you have.
I've seen a good amount that I'm not that all proud of. And that but I won't turn away. You know, I'll face it head on because
own it like Will did. Own it. Don't be ashamed. Don't run.
Suma said, I thought I was going to say his top 10 titties in anime.
It was so funny. I can't remember if it was an old video or not, but this video kept popping up in our feed, and it was like, what was it like? It was like a tier list video. It was like talking about like the best titties or something in anime. I don't know, but it was just like aggressive thumbnail, and it kept popping up in my feed or the Volume 1 feed, and I was like, why does this keep popping up? And it was an old like teching video. It's so funny. It's probably a bit or a joke or whatever. Or even if it wasn't, it was probably still
it's a Teching 101 did one about One Piece. So funny. I mean, I have to watch it.
Yeah, I really,
if he is able to analyze like the best titties in One Piece, like
I'm here for it all day.
It's gonna be a 5-hour episode.
It's got like millions of views, and I'm positive that it deserves every single one of them.
Cypher said, "Do it with him."
That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
In all anime history.
But look forward to, if you're watching this live, then you can look forward to some of the things we have coming out this week. One of those things being the One Piece sort of different style type of One Piece ranking video. We got more Bleach coming. And we're a little on the fence about something else that we were tossing around possibly doing. So we don't want to talk too much about it here because some things might change, but we'll keep you posted on the community tab and let you know.
I Love Volume 1 said, I love you guys.
Oh,
what
shit.
The heck?
Oh my God, what a sick name. Oh my God.
Oh my God. What the heck?
Well, I freaking love you too. What the heck?
Oh my God.
That made my night.
It really did. You guys, I'm going through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's
my
crazy.
car window.
Yeah, dude, wild.
My car someone broke my car window, and I have to fix it.
Yeah, so crazy.
And it just happened maybe 2 hours ago.
Like an hour before the stream started.
And
we're like, let's go grab some food really quick before the stream.
And I'm just going through
glass everywhere.
So
we were gonna do a stream. If you're watching this live, we were gonna do a stream tomorrow, but we might have to go get that fixed ASAP.
I don't think they didn't take anything, so it might have just been an accident or like, I don't know, like a kid maybe hit it, but it's a very big bummer indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's a weird feeling. Like I don't know if
we went in and we're like, your window. You're just like, your window.
Yeah, because we're walking up to the car like laughing, talking, whatever, and you see it and you're like, oh my God, and something about it feels like such a strange like invasion of.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like it is an invasion of privacy, I guess, but it feels like, I don't know, something about it just feels so intrusive, like, and it's like unsettling because especially if you don't know what the fuck they didn't take anything.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't know what happened, and you don't know like who they are. Are they gonna come back? What? It's just like an unsettling feeling. So yeah, that happened.
And I literally had my 3DS in my like glove compartment, and they didn't take it. And I was like, it was kind of like happening so quickly. I was like, oh my God, I left my 3DS in there, but they didn't take it. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I've had stuff in a car stolen. I've had my brand new laptop, my Volume 1 notebook with like a bunch of my Berserk notes. They were gone.
When someone broke into that car and stole your notebooks, like that was wild. But I mean, I love Volume 1 says that they're coming for you. That they're gonna
thank you.
Whoever did it, I love Volume 1 username said, I'm coming for you. They said that they're gonna obliterate you, and we appreciate that.
Thank you. We
appreciate that very much.
Haters are a good sign you're doing good.
Yeah.
They probably saw my car and they're like, too many anime stickers.
I hate anime.
They probably did, and they were like, ugh. Yeah, I had like a cute.
So triggered. I get so mad.
I had a cute Diane little peeker. I mean, I've been wanting to redo my car. Maybe I'll do a little vlog for the channel. Would anyone like to see that? Because I have a pretty a cute anime car.
Her car's sick, dude. She's got like, she even has stickers that she hasn't put on yet. Like she got a guts sticker, like a guts peeker, which is pretty sick.
Yeah, it's holographic.
It is. You got a lot of cool shit on your car.
And in my car.
And in
yeah, if
car
I like
too.
ever like got into like, I mean, you know, knock on wood, if I ever got into a crash, it would kind of be insane because they'd be like, "Oh my God, Miss, are you okay?" And they'd be like keychains everywhere and plushies and like be like, "I'm fine."
yeah. Well, shout out everybody that was here. Shout out.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, shout out everybody who's here every Thursday. We love you guys. These are so fun. And truly and honestly, after something like that happened, to be able to come here and to talk to you guys, really, it did, I think, take both of our minds off of it. Obviously, I feel like it helped Mehgan out a lot to be here and hang out with you guys and come to a place like this. It helped, and we are in much higher spirits than we were right before doing this stream because of that situation. But you guys, all of you here and now, made our nights so much better.
Thank you guys.
So much better.
I needed it.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. So thank you for watching. We're gonna have to end it here for tonight, but stay tuned for a lot of other stuff coming this week. We'll keep you updated on everything else that we're doing. If we end up doing that live stream or not, we'll post that on our community tab over on YouTube. But yeah. The only thing left to do now is to get out of here on our outro. That is always the same and never changes. And on Kumu, it actually, I don't think, ever does change. So, with that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And until next time, thank Kumu for coming.